Hello, welcome to a second Garry's mod tutorial. This one will be about the ships, the various ships in the mod. So you click on the Stargate tab, go to ships, then you will see these. First off, I'm going to start with these smaller ships. So there's the Gate Glider, the Puddle Jumper, the F-302, make that out for a little bit, F-302, the Wraith Dart, the Death Glider, Destiny Shuttle, which is actually not that small, and then there is the Teltac, which is also a medium-sized ship, and then there is, well, this isn't really a ship, it's just a chair. What this does, it involves, like, you can use it to control certain, like, items, so some of the weapons from here you can control it with. But we're going to focus on these ships. There's also the huge ship, this one. It's the VC-304, which is just a battle cruiser. It's rather large, to say the very least. It's cool, but it's not very great for, like, anything. It just looks cool. It's big. You can, if you go inside and, like, activate the weapons and whatnot, you can, like, fire laser beams at things. But I don't really like it that much. I don't think it's quite as cool as the other ones, because you can go cruising in the other ones. First off, the Gate Glider. It's just a small ship. It does in fact go through Stargates. It's just a very difficult thing to make happen. Let me open up this dial menu, see if there's any that I can actually go to. No, there aren't. I'm just going to show you how it can fit through the Stargate. Kind of. Yeah, it's not called the Needle Threader in the show for nothing. To do this at speed, I think would be almost impossible. But, yeah, as it is, it's just extremely difficult. You know, I don't get is, why does there have to be the circle around it? Like, must there be a circle? Yeah, it does fit through the Stargate. It's just not easy to make happen. Anyway, it's pretty fast, as you can see. I can make it to this other planet very quickly. I'm gonna head back so I don't die, but, if you left click, you will shoot like pulses of energy. Whoops, no. That's, yeah, also, if these ships take too much damage, they explode. But that's pretty much all I was going to show you with that ship anyway, so no loss. This is the Wraith Dart. What it does, actually I'm going to get out something else so I can show you its full capabilities. I just get any NPC, that should do. Alright, so now, the Wraith Dart. This is kind of similar to the, other ship. It does have the same kind of, like, shooting things out the front. It's pretty fast. It is supposed to be able to fit through the Stargate in the actual show. However, as I'll show you right now, it does not fit through the Stargate. Also, you can't move backwards with it. You can only move forwards. But as you can see, those wings things on the end are just way too large for to fit through the Stargate. Yeah, it's also a little bit awkward to get it out once you gotta cut it in like that, because that happens. Anyway, I'm going to go spawn another one for myself so I can show you the other feature. Okay, so you see that NPC right there? You can press C, then it will do this, and it will suck up the NPC into your spaceship. And if you go over here, you can, by the way, you can see all these keys. If you go over here and you click on the Wraith Dart settings, to move forward, W, boost, shift, self-destruct, toggle harvester, spit. And press Alt, he'll come back out. Press C, go in, Alt, out. Anyway, that's pretty much what the Wraith Dart does. It's a pretty weak ship, actually. I'll show you another way to destroy it that I find slightly amusing. Yeah, it's pretty easy. Here's a Death Glider. This is pretty much a pretty much the same thing as the Gate ship. Whoops. Yeah, by the way, I'm a great pilot. This is pretty much the same thing as the Gate Glider, except for it does some really strange things. If you stop moving, it'll start falling, because that's just how spaceships work. It also has two energy cannons on it, and it's also, this is like the Wraith Dart, really weak. By the way, as if you couldn't tell, it does not fit through the Stargate. And yes, I didn't mean to kill myself that time. Now we're left with this ship, which is, it's a transport vessel. In the back, it has rings, and in the very back, it has this room, which is like an engine room of sorts. You can dial these rings to whatever you want, but I'm not going to do that because we already know how rings work. I'm just going to start flying the ship. This one is a little bit larger than most. It's not very fast. If you look at what it can do, not much. It can move up, down. It can cloak itself, I think. I think that's like the biggest advantage of this ship. It can cloak itself. I know you can still see it, but it's not visible to anything else. It also self-destruct. Because that's pretty much the extent of that thing's features. Now we're left with these 3 ships. I'm going to show you that one last, because it's so cool. But this one... no, I'm going to do this one next. Also, the story behind this ship is that it's based on the same technology as the Death Glider, but I mean, it's not exactly the same, but it's based on the same technology, so it will have a lot of the same features. For example, it looks kind of sort of similar. You spawn this one, it's bigger, but it has a similar shape, and that's nice, yeah. This one's a little bit hard to get into. You have to open that cover, which doesn't always work properly, and then you have to get into one of these chairs, which also doesn't always work properly. Alright, you'll see in the bottom left, this one actually has a HUD. There, this hole is at 90%. Okay, so when you press forwards on this thing, whoops, okay. When you press forwards on this thing, it does start moving forwards, but it doesn't actually take off ever. You have to press Control to check the landing gear. And as you'll see, and then in the bottom it says engine, missiles, turrets. That describes which systems are still online, because as the hull takes damage, systems will go offline. You can press R to switch from turrets to missiles, whichever one you're using is currently selected in green. If you left click, you'll start shooting whichever one. If you left click missiles, you will shoot off missiles. When they collide with something, you will get another 4 missiles. Not before, not after. When they collide, more missiles. That's pretty much the extent of this ship. Wow, that was some great flying. I hope I didn't destroy these other 2 ships. This one is rather large, and it has something that none of the other ships had. If you press Alt, you will get a shield. This is great because let's go find something to do things. This is like ram into something, because that's pretty much the entire purpose of the shield besides defending yourself from like weapons. So if I ram into something, notice how in the top left the hull did not take any damage. So that's pretty cool. Also, if you left click, you get this kind of cannons. They're just kind of basic cannons really, but you know, they're cool. Anyway, next ship. By the way, it's gonna have is the gold skin, and this one I think is the best because, well, I'll show you. Alright, well, first of all, this one is a real gate ship. Like, it fits through the gate easily. So that's pretty cool. None of the other ships can do that. See, it just casually flies through the Stargate. It's not even that hard. It also has a shield. If you press G to activate this one's shield, it's just that white bubble. But more importantly, if you press Shift, you will extract these things. They're called drive pods, and they pretty much just make it move faster. It's not technically a fighter, I don't think. It's more like just like an all-around, all-purpose ship, but it does have weapons. As you see, when you press Q, these weapon pods will come out of the ship, and if you left click, they will fire off weapons. Also, well, that one's a pretty advanced spaceship, so that's nice, but I'm gonna get out of the spaceship because there is another feature that drones generally have, although I'm not sure if you can use it with this spaceship. Pretty much, drones are homing missiles they're like god weapons. Like, if you shoot them at something, they'll just like go scything through it and then blow it up. And they do like target themselves, or they can target by themselves, I should say. The parent, oh yeah, track drones is mouse 2, so I don't know, I'm gonna put a target down here like Wraith Dart will do. Okay, so if I go in here, I believe the shield's already on. Yeah, alright. So if I go out, And then if I open weapon pods with Q, and then do I have any drones? No. What? Apparently don't get any drones. If you insist. Oh, spot another one. Yeah, what it's supposed to do is when you shoot all your drones off, it should just give you more. For some reason it didn't do that to me, but yeah, drones aren't not quite as good as they probably should be in this mod, because if you notice when I do this, and then I'm trying to mouse track it, yeah, it's probably just better just to treat it like it's just normal weapons and shoot them at it. And as you see, they're still effective. It's a good ship. I like it. I think it's just my favorite ship. Also, if you have either the Gate Glider, this ship which is called the Puddle Jumper, or the Wraith Dart, you can press R and you get this menu to dial the Stargate. It's pretty nifty. That's pretty much it for this episode, so thanks for watching and goodbye. Actually, strangely enough, this one does actually seem to have life support. Because if you'll notice at the bottom, my air, coolant, and energy are not going down, so score 1 for the Puddle Jumper. I suppose it's like score 6 for the Puddle Jumper, but although there is one strange thing. Great. Okay, never mind. It fixed it, apparently. It's been fixed. Yeah, before when sometimes we used to crash that thing, you would just end up like at the spawn, but you couldn't move, you were just kind of frozen in place. Apparently that's been fixed. So that's nice. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.